Hey, Taru and all that. What's going on? So, you know how we do Google Hangout for the visuals for the podcast and all? You know how we do that? Okay, well, we didn't do that this episode because I guess we can't rely on multi-billion-dollar companies to have reliable products these days. So when we wanted to record the episode, Google was all like, oopsie, we made a fucky wacky. So we couldn't do a Google Hangout. And long story short, we just don't have one this time. So what I did is I got the avatars that we were definitely using at the time, should Google Hangouts have actually worked, and I basically synced them manually to the audio, or at least I tried to do that. It was kind of a pain in the ass, so whether you like this or not, don't expect it to happen again, because I'd probably rather kill myself. But I still did it because I care about you guys, and I want you guys to be okay. Okay? Alright. Thank you for listening. Check out the Discord server and the Twitter if you haven't already. Also, last thing, I know people hate shilling for some reason, but you know, if I don't tell people, then no one knows about it, right? So, I have a video out on my channel, a new video on Mozilla Fennekin. It's a seasonal first impressions, kind of like what Demo used to do, Demolition D. It's not as good as his or anything, but it's kind of fun. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to get the word out on that. Check it out if you got the time, or don't. You know, I understand you're busy. I appreciate you anyway. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Spoilers and coarse language. Viewer discretion is advised. Shit, sorry. Hello everyone. Welcome to the new episode of Steins Biweekly. We're going to talk about episodes 17 and 18. That's cool. I'm eating some gummy yuzus right now.
Oh, okay. I thought you were dipping.
This has, just for the record, this has nothing to do with the fact that Mayushi's English voice actress got replaced by the English voice actress for the main character Citrus. So don't read into any of that. Anyway, I'm Mozilla Fennekin,
what?
and joining us today is a ton of bacon.
Don't change the subject. What'd you just say about citrus? I thought we were done with this.
Don't worry about it. We don't need to delve into this anymore.
I'm digging into this like a real mad scientist. All right, I'll do it later. Fine. I'll start my research now.
And our special guest for this week is Crispy.
Hey! That's right, you don't get just regular bacon, you get crispy bacon.
Oh, a ton of crispy bacon? Dude, we are the ultimate tag team. We need someone with rice now.
We need a theme song.
Holy shit, I didn't think about that. That's hilarious.
Yeah, then you had to be named after an internet browser. Damn it, you ruined our fun. Everyone here needs to be named after food so that we could be called the Tokyo Food Fathers. I don't know. It'd be great, though.
Little did you know that Mozilla's next web browser is going to be the Mozilla Crispy Bacon.
Dude, so we're going to fuse together like in Dragon Ball and make
Anyway,
Mozilla Crispy Bacon.
On these episodes of Steins Gate Zero, things happened.
No way.
Lots of important things. You see, it's kind of funny that we're doing some sort of weird meme intro when this is actually like the most dramatic, intense shit of all time.
That's one way to put it, yeah.
Out of the entire show so far, you guys think so? That's mostly dramatic?
This newest episode? Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I do. I just don't want to be alone.
I thought you were going to be a contrarian about that.
Yeah, nah, episode 18 was pretty chill, guys.
I don't know. I was laughing mostly... Okay, I don't want to say laughing at the episode as much as I want to go back one episode last week. But the latest episode, when shit hit the fan and things were going crazy, of course everyone, as well as everyone in the thread, was talking about how, dude, those were like the worst soldiers ever to try retaining civilians, and 1 or 2 super soldiers. They struggled. They got annihilated. That stuff was like freaking like Halo. You have all the soldiers, and we can't contain this one guy or this one girl. Dead, done. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, that was something. Yeah, definitely two very, very different experiences for me with the 2 episodes, but I don't want to get into it too much yet because I don't know how you guys want to structure this discussion, if at all.
Let's talk about episode 17.
That's a good idea.
Since that was
build up.
Yeah. Episode 17 was one of the best episodes I've seen out of any anime, honestly.
I don't know if I'd go quite that far, but I would agree that it was easily one of, if not the best episode of the series.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
It really delivered on a lot of the plot lines that were still floating around. We got to see some actual movement on Okabe's depression, and after all the other things that have happened this season, and with what Suzuha and now Mayuri and Daru were doing, that whole interaction made total sense. It was really, really interesting to just see, Okabe's really, as big as the stakes are and as reasonable to a point as his reaction is, he really is kind of being selfish, and he's preventing others from trying to make their lives better because he doesn't think it's worth it with the time travel, when not everyone has to accept that just because he's the only one who's really done it so far. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's
I'd probably say it's because he's scared too.
Oh yeah.
Like he's terrified of going through that again, and like I was always kind of thinking my perspective too. Like if I went through the same thing he did, I'd be pretty much saying the same thing. Like, I'm not going through this again. You're not going to go through what I went through, and you're not heeding my warning, which also makes me even more mad. I'm warning you of like the worst case scenarios, and you guys are still moving forward with this. But then on the other side, I think you don't know unless we try.
Yeah, he's getting very tunnel visioned because of his past drama, and again, it's somewhat reasonable, or at least understandable. But like, dude, shit's hitting the fan. World War III's about to happen because you didn't make it to Steins Gate. Like, you got to do something.
That's true. Like, he's just gonna sit there and be like, you know what? I want the war to happen. Like I'm surprised he didn't pull that, where he was like, you know what? I don't care if a war happens. I just want my life to be, where I'm at right now. I'm like, well, you're not gonna have a life if there's a war. That's just how it is.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Mayuri's confession was just breathtaking, really. It was something that, as a longtime viewer of the series, you pretty much assume. But hearing her actually say it, and say it in the way she does as her motivation for wanting to travel back in time and, fix things was really moving, honestly.
Yeah. And I liked how she was actually asking for answers at this point, because I did kind of feel sorry for her, how she was kind of being kept in the dark of everything.
Yeah.
And they're all trying to maintain this so-called happy life when it's kind of really far from it. And so finally just sitting down and be like, all right, just tell me everything, just so I could find a way to contribute, because I feel like I'm dead weight at this point.
Yeah, and it's...
Like, when she finally stopped crying, was like, I'm not a hostage anymore. I was like, at a baby. That's that woman strength I've been wanting to see from you. That's what I want to see. God damn, I love you.
Fuck yes, buddy.
I know. Oh my god.
It was good. It was very good.
That scene was fucking the GOAT.
But then she became a hostage again, and I was like, damn it! What happened?
Mayuri, forever a hostage.
You know what? I'm just glad she didn't die this time. That's
I was kind of like thinking about you the whole time. I'm like, oh god, he's not gonna like this. It's gonna be a really quick episode. You're just gonna be like, this alright podcast. I hate this anime. And you just leave.
Series canceled.
I mean,
we're done. Dropped.
I was taking live notes as I was watching the episode last week, and when that moment hit, my only note was, well, shit.
I was grazed. Like, dude, that still kind of hurts, right? Like, and she was fine. And then the one thing I did almost fall for it though, when the last moment when the time machine was disappearing. and the missile struck it.
Oh, in episode 18.
Of course,
yeah.
I immediately fell for that. But then, when they were looking through when they were looking through all the garbage, I immediately said to myself, "Nope, they didn't confirm a body. There's no blood. There's no body parts. She's fine."
Or like,
As morbid as that is, I'm the kind of guy that's like, no, I need to see the body.
Yeah,
There needs to be some sort of like flesh on the ground, scream. I don't know. You didn't confirm the kill. She's got to be okay. And so,
well, I don't know about okay
course.
though.
I mean, that makes sense. But also, I mean, she was in the future or the past in episode 8 at the end of episode 18.
yeah.
I just think that maybe what would have happened is that maybe like they didn't get to the right location. Like maybe they jumped a little bit. Like the day that they're on is a little bit later than the one that they wanted to go to, so it wasn't like
Probably.
a perfect jump. But yeah,
I think it's very possible that they got to the wrong date as well. I think, I agree with Bacon that I don't think they're dead. If it had actually gotten the time machine fully before it jumped, you would have seen more parts of it. It would have been scattered out on the street below the building. You would have possibly, depending on how powerful the explosion, could have possibly seen body parts. But I don't think they're quite out of the woods. I mean, it did knock parts of the time machine off, and we don't know how important those are when you're jumping. They could be lost between times. They could have gotten to the wrong spot because the explosion messed with the machine and broke off those parts. We don't really know. And I think at the end when it was showing Mayuri, I think that was actually, my guess is that was not her now in the past. That was her as she was, setting up that email to send to Okabe after she jumped. So I don't think that was so much of as a no, she made it to the past, as much as it was just, footage of her making that email. Also noise.
and then some weird glitch involving my microphone happened, which kind of basically some weird glitch happened that threw us off for a couple of minutes, so I removed that.
Basically, I don't think it confirmed that she made it in the past. I think those shots were her like composing the email to be sent to Okabe.
What if they got separated?
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, I'm
Like, because what if the missile, like, what if they launched to the past? So here's my theory. They launched to the past, but then the missile, it did break off parts of the time machine from what Daru, inspected. He's
Right.
like, yeah, these are parts from it. So what if that kind of, messed up their entire travel? That's the reason why they didn't make it to each part.
That's
of
what
the
I
past,
said.
or either shot back too far forward, backwards. And then they got split up at one point. Who knows? Maybe the whole ship got broken in half, and then they were sent to the past. That'd be wild.
I literally just said that.
Really? Dang it, my bad. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Oh god. Hey, we were on the same wavelength. I like that.
Yeah. No.
Crispy bacon for the win.
Yeah. No. Yeah. The missile broke off parts of it, and who knows what that fucked with and what it might
Interesting.
do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. We're geniuses. We're mad scientists, man. But speaking of mad scientists, dude.
Oh god.
So seeing, I couldn't take Leskin seriously, being the enemy and all.
No.
Just the way he was talking still, because he's still in my eyes is a comedic character. Like, oh, Rintaro, I'm gonna take over the world.
What are you
And I'm
talking
like,
about,
I can't take you
Rintaro?
seriously, man. You're still funny to me. You have the gun to my head, and I'll be like, "Ah, you're hilarious. You're not gonna pull the trigger. You're a funny guy, dude."
See, that is something. Because I kind of think the same way. I wasn't intimidated by him because of his accent, but at the same time, it's like I still respected him as a villain. Where it's just like, damn, you really the things you're doing are pretty fucking terrifying. You just sound funny. I don't know how that works.
And he was pretty smart about it too. I thought that was really cool when he tied it together, saying my future self sent a message to my past self about this. I thought that was wild. I was like, you are a genius, man.
You know what, dude? You know what? I fucking predicted his. I mean, everyone knew that he was going to be the villain, right? You just had
Right.
I remember us talking about it.
But
We didn't want it to happen.
But I even said that I bet Leskin is just going to be a big science guy. He's not really going to be he's not really going to be evil per se. kind of like Kurisu's dad was, where he's just like, "Hey, fuck you, Kurisu." This guy was just like, "I just want to do science shit. That's it. I just think this shit's cool, and if a few people die as a result, then well, that's science, man."
I don't mind that. I don't mind that too, because I don't like villains like that, where it's like, oh, I do this for the just because I want to, or the fate of the world, whatever. I got paid this much. He just wants to answer his questions, which is, when you think about it, is the true essence of science is proving your theory correct. Once he's correct, he could, I guess, die happy. I don't know. Like,
I don't think he cares about dying happy or dying at all. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I really, really did not like this latest episode for multiple. It
was this thrilling.
It was over the top. And I mean, Steins Gate has historically explored some conspiracy stuff and fun sci-fi stuff and had fun with it, but there's been at least some level of restraint to keep things engaging in a dramatic fashion as opposed to a laughable fashion. And this episode, to me, jumped the shark. I mean, the last episode was starting to stretch it with the big standoff at the end, but it made enough sense and it tied in with a lot of the other reveals and character moments, and Mayuri, the fake out death with Mayuri was, really engaging and a good cliffhanger. So I kind of let that slide again, because, Steins Gate as a whole can be kind of ridiculous, but I mean, come on. The brainwashing
Kaguri going in, slicing two guys' heads off with not her bare hands, but with her hands. I was like, what is this?
Over the top.
I knew she was an android, but she's not an android. She's a brainwashed child.
Yeah, the over the top brainwashed soldier stuff and the fucking attack helicopters. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, I saw her crack up when I saw that. I was like,
my notes.
Yay, calling in the airstrike. Yay. Yeah. Helicopter battles. Yay.
My notes were literally.
I thought it was.
And now there's a helicopter? Oh, for fuck's sake. Wait, who shot down the helicopter? Another helicopter? You're getting shot at. Oh, and then I said, this was funny when Okabe was still, questioning Mayuri and Suzuha taking the time machine. I'm just like, you're getting shot at by two helicopters and you're still questioning the validity of using the time machine. He
must be yelling very loud too, because those helicopters are pretty close by and there are bullets flying. And that in itself is really loud. If you ever been near gunfire and a helicopter.
And tying it.
So, are you sure you want to go?
Yes!
Yeah,
okay.
I can see how it's really unrealistic at this point,
I mean, not
for the story.
That part didn't bug me as much as just the absolute ridiculousness of the entire encounter, and the animation when Kaguri was taking out the soldiers was terrible. It was absolutely horrible, and tying back to
Steins Gate isn't. I don't think Steins Gate should be known for their choreographed fight scenes.
There's a difference though between passable, okay, this is not supposed to be a ridiculous Sakuga action show. There's some leeway I'm willing to give to a show like this, especially since White Fox has not always been the most consistent when it comes to production, and definitely with this series so far, it definitely has not been at the top of visual level. But I mean, that was far below my most generous of expectations.
Right.
But tying it into Leskinen, I agree there was some interesting stuff going on there with his future self contacting his past self. I still have a problem with the freaking brainwashed child soldier and her magically finding him, but I guess if it's future self, the whole how does she know things kind of goes by the wayside, because of course the future self told her. And how it was presented with, you could say it was she was brainwashed by both me, and they were like, what do you mean? And I'm sitting here going, what the fuck do you think he means? This is a time travel show. No shit, he's talking about two versions of him from two different times. The fact that was apparently so shocking after he said that, and it's like, what did you think he meant by two hims?
Dude, I also like they did the overlay shot when Okabe was looking at him talk. It showed Leskin now and Leskin in the future, a little older, saying the exact same words. I thought that was a cool mix in to kind of further show yeah, dude, this dude's so smart that he could communicate with his past self, and so you better realize like this guy's kind of crazy, genius crazy, and stuff like that. But by the way, I had to give Daru a lot of credit now, because he's like he eventually shot up to being one of my favorite characters in the show. Like, one for like punching Okabe, which I thought was dope.
That was great.
But it seems now like he's really, or at least I like his future self, because seeing the silhouette of him inside that one video D-mail that was sent to Suzuha, he seems like really, really cool in the far future. And so in my mind, I'm like, dang,
all his weight.
Lost all that weight. He's serious now, and
say.
he's like dropping nice, sweet things to Suzuha, like, hey, no matter what timeline, I'm always gonna love you. And I'm like, oh, Daru, dude, you're such a good dad.
My note.
Oh man.
My note for episode 17 when that happened was, "LOL, Daddy Daru ain't fat no more."
Come on, he's known for other things. He created a time machine, but he'll always be known as that guy that lost weight. Yeah. Come on, give the guy more credit.
Yeah, I still am not a fan of Daru's Japanese voice actor, but I do like the character, and seeing the future version of him was very cool. With a admittedly cheesy, but as you said, heartfelt and nice message to Suzuha there.
Right. Also, I didn't like. I'm not sure how many more far episodes back it was, because I watched like 3 episodes today. I was actually really catching up. I didn't feel right seeing Suzuha's mom get gatted down. Like, was that last week's episode?
That was.
I can't remember.
That was a while ago.
That was a while ago. Okay, we'll skip
actually,
that then.
I think
because I haven't talked to you guys about that, and I'll just.
I think it was actually just episode 16. I don't think it was that long ago.
16. Thank you.
It feels like
Apologies.
it was forever ago.
I remember that being
Really?
more recent. At the very least, it was definitely from the second core.
Yeah.
Oy. You caught me. I was catching up before this. Overall, like right now, with Mayuri gone, and Mayuri declaring that she loves Okabe, which I thought was a given. So I don't know. How you guys feel about that new ship? I don't know. Anyone here?
Well, that ship's
Okay.
the ship's gonna sink, but.
Like, I'm sorry, Maz, you're gonna have to give up Mayuri now to Okabe. Just gonna let you out there right now. You have to give that figure to him now.
Well, it's like I've always said. They've always loved each other. I've always thought that was the case. The reason why maybe some people would be more surprised about her like romantic feelings in this season is because even though they were there in the original series, you never really got to see them simply because Kurisu was already there. So it's like there wasn't really a place for that in the original series, but, that doesn't mean that she didn't always feel this way. And in a way, I guess, I love the way, I don't know. She just wants this guy she just wants things to work out for this guy, and I think that's what love really is. It's like, they don't have to be together for her to love him like that.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah.
There's definitely still also a sibling dynamic between them, or at least something more familial as well. And you definitely get that in the first series, even if, like you said, those feelings can definitely still be there. I definitely think that kind of sibling family dynamic was definitely played up more in the original series, and now, like you said, we're seeing the other side, and it makes sense. There's nothing. I honestly wasn't shocked. It just kind of came across as something that was obvious, but the confession was still really good because it was a great character moment for Mayuri.
Oh, right. Still mad that Cat Girl is not involved in any of this.
She technically wasn't ever really involved in any of it in any season. I
know she's useless. She's just a fetish.
She had the D-mail sent for her in season 1, and that. Oh yeah, and she had kind of with that interesting backstory and stuff.
Okay, so where the time machine isn't Ferris renting out like that whole building?
Yes.
What's she doing with all these fucking helicopters shooting at it?
Oh yeah, shit? Wait, that's right.
Ferris, what the fuck?
I think that's hilarious because I bet she's in her room right now, like, what the hell's going on upstairs? Guys, keep it down. Like, I was waiting for Mr. Braun to come out and be like, hey, I'm gonna rent out this apartment and raise the rent for everyone here. Like, okay, Braun, we get it.
Well, wait,
That's all he
the
keeps
rooftop stuff today took place at the radio building. Ferris doesn't live in the radio building, does she?
Well, she owns like the floor or something because they have to keep the time machine secret.
Right, but like she wouldn't be like on one of the floors below, sitting on her bed,
Right.
saying what the fuck are these Gatling gun noises?
Right, she doesn't live there.
No.
I just think it'd be funnier if it was like that. She's like, man, they're really making a lot of noise upstairs ever since they stopped by.
What fucking
Just
video
getting
games
shot,
did they buy?
getting killed. Soldiers walking by. Excuse me. Oh yeah. Also, going back to Kaguri being a tank, literally a tank for taking how many bullets to the body?
I mean,
Like
she
like
was
6 or 7 bullets, and she's still able to get her last words out. I'm like, come on, we get it. You're dead.
She was brainwashed, so there is some sort of believability that maybe part of her brainwashing was to block out pain. So that could definitely help her, keep going a little longer. So it's not completely as ridiculous as the rest of the episode. But
Dude,
I think
teach me that technique then. Jesus.
I think
it could also just be like some future shit, like maybe genetic modification.
we still
I
don't
can
even
do that,
know
yeah.
like where Kaguri came from before she was found by Mayuri, and if it seems like that brainwashing took place before she found Mayuri. It seems, I don't know, I feel like her actual
That
origin.
makes sense. Well, because the professor emphasized that he got young boys and girls and brainwashed them, which makes sense. Teach them while they're young so they become like super soldiers.
I
So
feel
maybe
like
she somehow like escaped, found Mayuri, and that's maybe the first time she ever felt love from a mother, which is why she grew attached to her.
I think she was
that could
definitely sent by Leskinen to Mayuri and the crew. I think she was sent. I'm interested in what her actual like full origin is, if it is even something meaningful. Because I mean, let's be honest, unless it was just bad writing, there's a reason, Okabe had that visceral "she looks like Kurisu" reaction when he first saw her. I feel like that was more than just a reaction based on looks. I feel like they're going to try and go somewhere with it and say maybe she's like a half clone of Kurisu or some ridiculous thing. I mean, after today's episode, I don't count anything out.
Oh yeah, I agree. Wait a minute. Wasn't Mayuri taking? Wasn't she taking Kaguri to the doctor because she was hearing voices? You think that's how she was getting brainwashed?
Though,
Like Mayuri's probably accidentally taking her to the brainwashing sessions
I don't think
because they never
so.
showed the doctor that was helping her. He just kept on saying, "Oh yeah." I just remember a memory when they were building up Kaguri. She's just with Mayuri and at the doctor's, and she just kept on reassuring her, like saying, "Don't worry, you're gonna be fine."
I think the voices were a result of the brainwashing. I think this was I think that was after the brainwashing, and the voices
that can make sense then.
Yeah, because remember, she is the part of the brainwashing is she is commanded by the voice of quote unquote God that she hears in her head. So that was probably she was just hearing those voices after she had been sent to Mayuri.
Which is Leskinen.
Yes, which is Leskinen.
She's hearing Leskin's voice this entire time. That must be horrible. You need to go kill Lintaro. Oh God, okay, I'll do it. Just quit talking. Ah, God. Yeah, if I had that voice in my head, I'd do crazy stuff too. Hell, Jesus.
I would just be laughing to myself the whole time, and they'd put me in an insane asylum.
You look even more crazy. Just,
He
that
said
guy, he's
Lintalo.
just sitting there, just laughing to himself. We don't get it. You guys don't understand. I hear this voice, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, when mind reading
still
comes
doesn't-
about, guys, you guys are going to be on the floor.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Wait, what?
There's still people reading his mind, and they'll be like, what the hell is that?
You really are hearing a funny voice.
Hey, you are crazy. This still doesn't explain how Professor Leskin was able to disappear on that one episode. Like, he still hasn't explained that.
Yeah,
Which episode?
I did think about that. I do wonder what that's about. But we still have 5 episodes.
Yeah.
So is everyone gonna die at the end? Because this is the sad ending, right?
Well, this is, if I'm remembering correctly, so we had the episode 23 beta, which was, Okabe giving up instead of going back one more time to reach Steins Gate.
Right.
So this is kind of like the alternate route he takes, and this might be kind of spoilers, but from what I've interpreted, from what I have heard, this is the route of the Okabe that shows up in the video in like episode 23 or 24 in the original series, the future Okabe that says, "Hey, stupid, World War III still happens. You got to reach Steins Gate."
No, you're right. It does. It is supposed to tie back into episode 23 of the original series.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited! Yay!
Which is why this series is 23 episodes, because episode 24 is the same as the.
Oh.
Yeah. Mine.
Do.
You're welcome.
Oh, geez, this is gonna be a wild ride. I can't wait.
Oh my god, dude, like, Distant Valhalla, he's one of the guys who, like, translated the visual novel. He said that it hasn't even gotten crazy yet.
Stop, no. God
Really?
damn it.
Yeah. Because he was on the episode thread, he's just like, oh great, it's gonna really pick up now. I'm like, wait, it didn't pick up already? He's like,
oh,
no.
God. Dude, what is this? A shonen? Like, you think this is crazy? That new enemy? He's like 3 times stronger than what you just encountered. Oh, God.
He's like
Oh,
9,000.
We still have yet to see that one other professor lady, like, make an appearance. She's in the opening.
She's
but-
definitely a bad
Well,
guy.
they did confirm that she is, like, one of the... She was actually the woman who got shot up on the rooftop.
What?
Like, in
Really?
I think... What episode was it? But there was, like, someone else in the suit that was all bloodied up.
Oh, yeah. It was a very quick
In episode
shot
17.
before it cuts
Yeah.
to commercials. I was thinking, like, that was just another...
That's Reyes.
Oh, okay. No, so Kaguri killed her,
Yes.
right? Yeah, okay. Hey, thanks for clearing that up. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, no, that completely flew over my head. Oops.
I thought that was just another soldier that got killed by Kaguri, but But then
Okay.
they called her Reyes. Like, oh,
So
no.
she's dead a Reno. Alright.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Rip and pepperoni.
surprise, motherfucker. Wrong size. Oh, there's the picture. Oh, okay. That's a picture that raises a few questions. On first glance, you're like, well, how did she? Oh, okay, the blood's on her chest too. Okay. Sorry,
Fucking Christ, Bacon.
sorry. I'm just like, oh.
Did someone say
What
Jesus
emotions
Christ bacon?
It went through my head just now. I'm just like, okay.
But going forward, I do still wonder what's going to happen, because I'm just not really sure. And if it picks up even more,
I mean,
I'm
World
honestly-
War III. World War III is bad news, so I know it's gonna break out. That's just in my mind.
oh,
I think
God.
I feel like the World War III thing is gonna happen. It's just gonna be massacres, like left and right.
Great. If I thought this
honestly,
episode just
this is
shot.
terrible of me, but I sort of expect something like Mayuri and Suzuha in the past or wherever. I sort of expect something to happen that would cause them to mirror the letter from the original series that says "I failed" over and over and over again.
Huh.
So you're saying that Mayuri might fail?
Maybe. Although, what are they gonna do in the past? I forgot.
I think they were trying to go back to save Kurisu.
Yeah, they're trying to go to the
Oh.
Mayuri requested to go to the very moment after Kurisu and Okabe
Oh, that's right.
disappear.
Yeah. Mayuri has to not stop Okabe
Yeah.
from time travel or something.
I realized.
Oh,
I realized
you know
the
what?
way the future
I
is
get how
not-
this works. Okay, so episode 23 beta, Mayuri says, no, don't make Okabe do these things. But in the actual episode 23 of the original series, that's when she slaps him and tells him to, like, get on his feet and do this shit because he can do it. That's going to be the Mayuri that went to the past.
Get in the fucking time machine, Okabe. That's what she's gonna do.
But if it was that
Shinji,
simple,
get in the
then it
damn
would be
robot.
5 episodes.
That means something's gonna go wrong. So they probably got you then. Everyone in the audience, since you deduced it, is gonna think that now. But now they're gonna twist it last second and be like, no, there's a third route called World Line Charlie, and this is where everything goes wrong. Okay, you guys thought we're gonna be in alpha, beta, we're in delta.
World Line,
Sorry,
Charlie,
guys.
Delta,
Like,
Delta
you guys
sounds
chose the
my
worst
God.
route possible.
Delta.
There you go. That's my prediction. So we think we're going to that episode, but Leskin's gonna be like Keikaku 20 steps ahead of that and just like ruining it.
I mean, 5
I'm gonna
episodes
put
is
behind
5
you.
episodes.
Nothing
is
but
easy.
personnel.
None of personnel, Rintaro. I don't know. What do you guys think of that? Like, kind of makes sense to me at this point since we're gonna get into the very crazier parts.
I don't know. If you would have asked me last week, I would have said no. They're probably not going to go that ridiculous. They're probably, that's, you're right. She's probably going to go back, and that's going to be the Mayuri that slaps Okabe and gets him to reach Steins Gate. And even now, especially with those last lines in this episode, I mean, I realized it wasn't we were trying to put the weight of the entire future only on Okabe's shoulders. It's that Steins Gate is something we must all reach together. I think they're still probably going to stick with that. But again, with how absolutely ridiculous this episode was and how absolutely ridiculous the show is apparently going to become, according to the person who translated the visual novel, I'm not going to take anything off the table. They could bring in some cat people and led by Ferris and save the day at the end. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. And Dr. Pepper will make an appearance finally.
The Dr. Pepper.
I feel like, I feel like at this point I'm just trying to prepare for the worst. Because, seeing Kaguri die, I was like, yeah, that sucks.
Can we talk about how
I'm
drawn
not
out
that
that
attached
was?
to Kaguri.
Can we?
Yeah.
Oh, I was not attached to her at all. Can we also talk about how drawn out that was and that she was literally dying in someone's arms twice in the episode?
Yes, that's why I was irritated at the amount of bullets she took. Like, she took bullets, fell to the ground, grabbed the dude saying, hey, like, I'm not done with you yet. Dude pops him, like, execution style, somehow misses the head and chest, and then she's still dying in someone's arms, and, like, yeah, you could be right. The whole brainwashing thing may have numbed her to that, and like her body's like shutting down. But still, it's just it was the focus of the episode was Mayuri leaving, then Kaguri dying.
It kind of played out like a parody of a character death almost.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, Mayuri's gone, so she didn't die, but you want someone to die? Here you go. Like, that's what they did pretty much.
Yeah. Oh, I'm dying. Oh no, wait, I'm gonna kick your ass. Nope, now I'm dying.
Pretty much. I was also rooting for. I was cracking up so much when Suzuha was beating the shit out of Liskin because she kept punching her, and they did the whole generic. No, stop. That's enough. It was kind of like the Yu-Gi-Oh, like when he was like killing Weevil Underwood, like draw Matsutakato Yamate Yugi.
Alright, I will say, I've kind of disagreed up with you guys about the episode, so I didn't really think it was that over the top or anything. I mean, you think about it, Leskinen even did say himself that this was like going to be the start of like the start of all these world powers fighting over the time machine. Right.
He waited for
I thought it made
this
sense
day.
for all this like military personnel identifying as attack helicopters being on the rooftop and all. I thought that made sense, I mean, kind of crazy for Steins Gate, and I will say, action scenes, not this series' strong point at all, but I don't know, I thought it was fine. Though the one thing that I did dislike was when Daru's just like, you're gonna be no worse than him if you kill him, and it's like,
That was bad.
I've heard that so many times. That's like, come on, you may be right, but can't we just kill him just this once, just to make us feel good? Because we're all in a bad mood.
I would actually liked it if Daru said something along the lines of like, if like killing him is not going to make you feel better. It's only going to make you a worse person or something like that. It was just a specific way he said you'd be no worse than him, no better than him if you
like he should have said something along the lines of protecting Suzuha's sanity than trying to protect the values of everyone. Like Suzuha, like I don't want to see you like do this, you know, like you. I know what you mean by that. It just felt really out of place for Daru to say something so philosophical.
Not just
even
philosophical,
made
it's
Leskinen seem more evil than he really is. Because, like I said, he's not exactly a terrible person. He's just a science guy who's doing some sketchy shit.
Okay, hold on a second.
It's like
you're gonna say someone who is throwing away the lives of everyone in the potential world and possible other world lines to do science stuff for your own curiosity. You're gonna say that person's not that bad of a person? To me, that's what ultimate I mean is that cold-heartedness.
He's not doing it for the sake of killing people. I don't think he specifically wants to kill people. It's just that he wants to do the science.
It just happens to be in his line of his theory. Like people are gonna die. That's okay because it's all about what I want to do. His goal in mind was to make his theory come true, not to kill people.
And that's
I'm not saying I respect Leskinen.
And that's super.
I'm not saying
it's
that he's
super
doing
selfish
shit
and
that's
cold-hearted.
Okay. I'm just kind of saying.
Shit.
I've seen
he's
worse.
not like. I'm just saying that line Daru said made him. They like framed him as if he's this psychopathic murderer guy when that's not what he is.
And they tried to frame Daru as some Zen-like monk who's like, you must stop this right now, you foolish girl. I mean, I did not raise a killer.
I wish he said that
instead.
Okay,
like he goes to the RPG thing, just like, Suzuha, I did not give birth to a murderer. I mean, Daru, shut up. The one time you need to be serious, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, Daru's...
Honestly, that would have been dank if he said that. I would have been like, this guy. Moe Kyun to, I did not give birth to a killer. God, bravo. That would have been... Daru would have been number one character of all time in my book. God. Like, this guy just continues to troll me, and he gets the girl while wearing cargo shorts and suspenders. How? This guy, man.
Daru's line was ridiculous. Honestly, you guys are talking about possible other ways to say the line. I don't think he needed to say anything at all. I think you could have just left it, and it's like, no shit, you should stop. That's not a good thing to do. Don't beat people. Just leave it. Because regardless of how he says it, it's going to be tropey. It's going to come off as kind of ridiculous and weird.
Agreed.
Which it did. So just don't say anything. And from there, I'm sorry, hold up. You're saying someone who is throwing away the lives of people in multiple different versions of the world for the sake of his own curiosity and scientific pursuit, something that's basically outside of his own perception, completely meaningless. You're saying that person is not a psychopathic murderer.
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of would.
Yeah.
That's pretty...
in anime, we've seen psychopathic murderers. But Leskinen, he's kind of like the lovable psychopathic
Let's
murderer.
define psychopath.
Mirai Nikki.
He is
Gasayuno. That's a psychopathic killer.
He is
He's doing
a person suffering from chronic mental disorder with abnormal or violent social behavior, or an unstable and aggressive person. He's definitely not an unstable or aggressive person.
So
he's very stable, honestly, because he thought a plan to make his ideals, emerge.
Okay,
he's a sociopath.
Okay, if we're gonna get into the actual psychology, I think it's either sociopathic or antisocial personality disorder, whatever the exact fucking psychological disorder he has. The guy is clearly sick in the head if he's so detached from society he's willing to sacrifice it for the sake of his own curiosity.
Are all scientists like that, though?
No! Clearly not.
Yeah, hear me out.
Clearly not. That is very abnormal. And you know what? You see other types of psychopathic killers in anime, but you're starting to use whataboutism. You're trying to compare him to completely different types of crazy killer evil dudes. It doesn't lessen the fact that, holy shit, this dude is putting the fabric of the entire universe at risk to fuck around with time machines.
You know what? You're right. I simply just wanted to, I don't know, defend his... not even really defend, just understand him a little better. Because at the end of the day, you're right. He is an unforgivable bastard, and he is the true mad scientist that this series has been leading up to.
True, yeah. I mean, Okabe, all he did was kill bananas. That's all he did.
He gelled. He
didn't kill
bananas.
anyone.
He gelled
Yet.
bananas.
I'm assuming Okabe is gonna kill someone at some point, but yeah, you're right.
He killed Kurisu.
Shit.
Yeah, but that was for the plot.
I mean, man,
he had to.
It was
Okay,
it was manslaughter. It was manslaughter, but he still killed her. So
yeah, he still killed her.
Oops.
We are at like 45 minutes. Do you guys have anything else to add?
No.
I think I'm good. Those soldiers were ass.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, I was laughing that entire action scene when Suzuha did the whole kill him inside of the time machine, jump out, and I'm like, she's gonna get shot. She's gonna get shot. She did not get hurt at all during that confrontation. But hey, it's anime. I gotta let that go. I have to stop with that.
I hope he didn't pay too much for those soldiers. I would want my money back.
Yeah.
I hope those weren't like the little boys and girls that he said he had trained.
Stop.
Oh, honestly, that'd be funny. Like they unmask them. Who are these? Oh my god!
Oh god.
They're all saying the same thing. They're all keep mumbling to themselves. I hear God's voice. Like, oh god, that's so messed up.
I honestly wouldn't doubt it. They might take off the masks of some of the ones who were just knocked out instead of killed, and they're gonna be mumbling that. I can see the show doing that.
Nice, dude. I can't wait. I can't wait to see more muffed up stuff. This is gonna be great.
Oh god, and then it's going to be those friends of Mayuri's who I've been skeptical about ever since like episode 2.
Oh, dude, what if Mayuri ends up killing her own friends out of self-defense and stuff? Like, what? Can you imagine Mayuri killing someone, like cracking their neck?
No,
Or
I
something?
can't.
That's gonna be wild. I actually can't wait to if that actually happens. Like basically your catchphrase, man, is gonna make sense. Toot-toot-roo, motherfucker. Oh shit.
I mean,
But yeah,
okay,
that's all.
not only are her friends super sus, I've been suspicious of Yuki for a while. And I mean, it might have just been a red herring, but like when she got that bruise on her arm, like the day after Motorcycle Helmet Girl got kicked in the arm by Suzuha and all this. I mean, obviously, if there are multiple Motorcycle Helmet Girls, Kaguri is just one of them then, and I think Yuki could easily be another one.
Nah, Daru's just abusive.
No, Daru's fine. He likes to slap Okabe. And
I should be joking about that. I'm sorry.
yeah, so, my final take was episode 17 built up my faith in the series again, only to be torn down by 18. This series has been a very, very wild ride. I don't know how I'm going to score this at the end.
You should do a toot-toot-roo out of 10.
So a 4?
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 10 because Mayuri is the best girl of all time. Y'all can have your opinions about, Kurisu is the pudding and...
I don't know, man. I don't see a best girl medal hanging around not Kurisu, hanging around Mayuri's neck, so just throwing it out there.
I don't see one hanging around Kurisu's either, motherfucker. Anyway, thanks for listening.
She did win one.
To this
She
punch.
did win one. No,
yeah,
we're done.
Rem also won. That doesn't fucking count.
Rem. Yay, Rem.
Are we done?
I'm done.
Thanks for listening, everybody.